Good afternoon and welcome to Green Gully Reserve this afternoon. VPL Live Round 11 action. Green Gully, of course, hosting Northcote City this afternoon. The under 23s played on the outside ground, just waiting for a few fans to trickle across from the outside of the venue. Be underway, we can see the coaching staff of Northcote City. Goran Lozanowski just making his way out, so we're not too far away from a kickoff this afternoon. Taking you through the visitors lineup. Number 22, Chris Theodoridis. Number 2, Adriano Chiappetta. Number 3, Christian Constantinides. Number 5, Bradley Trelaw. Number 7, Dean Piemonte. Number 8, James Calafatidis. Number 10, Alex Rojas. Number 11, Jonathan Vulgaris. Number 12, Hayden D'Agostino. Number 16, Paul Savio. And number 20, Paris Okai. And on the bench for Northcote City, number 1, Keith Gallagher. Number 17, Ricardo Gonzalez. Number 18, Anthony Jankowski. And number 19, Matt Demo. And for the home side, Green Gully, the Cavaliers. In goal, number 23, Nikola Roganovic. Number 2, Daniel Jones. Number 5, Rodrigo Vargas. Number 6, Stephen Downs. Number 8, Jason Hain. Number 9, Brent Fisher. Number 11, Scott Robson. Number 17, Andy Vargas. Number 18, Joel Nikolic. Number 19, Jonathan Munoz. And number 20, Osagi Odero. As you can see, the team's making their way onto the ground for Gully. On the bench, number 1, Michael O'Farrell. Number 3, Auntie Chichach. Number 12, Matthew the Colonel Sanders. Number 21, Chris Dibb. And number 27, Mohammed Chalk. Mark Van Aken with you for the next couple of hours. VPL Live. Gully sitting mid-table, which is not familiar territory for them, although in previous years we've seen them come home with a wet sail. They're sitting in 6th coming into today on the back of some poor results in recent times. Very un-Ian Dobson-like, the form, you can say, for Gully at the moment. They sit on 15 points. Northcote come in essentially equal second on 19 points. They're, of course, part of a cliffhanger last week against Oakley, our VPL Live game of the week, that one ending 3-2 in favour of the City Boys. The league leaders by a street at the moment by 8 points, if I'm not mistaken. Dandenong Thunder did the business over Gully 3-0. Down in the southeast, back in the northwest of Melbourne in familiar surrounds, Gully today looking to make amends. And we're not being overly dramatic, I think, when we say it is points that they will desperately be seeking. It's a familiar lineup for Gully that we've seen, not just this season, but right throughout the last few years. The years that have, of course, brought multiple championships to this part of the world. Northcote City, it must be said, they lost their coach. They lost some star players over to South Melbourne. They would have more than a cheeky smile on their face at the moment. The predicament of South Melbourne in the league so far this season, just looking on the VPL website earlier today, the coaching staff saying they've hit rock bottom at South Melbourne, but that's the predicament of the boys from Lakeside. Their coaches for the last couple of years, Northcote City, faring much better and looking to continue a streak. Big 6 weeks in the VPL for the Northcote City side. They were looking to pinch 3 points here today and continue Green Gully's woes. A few formalities for Northcote, just huddling up. Bit of team pep talk as we can see. Gully boys, on the other hand, they're quite happy just to get underway. The Vargas boys with Rodrigo rejoining brother Andy after a fruitful spell in the Hyundai A-League. Has added some experience and grit down back for the Cavaliers. Referees seem happy, including our assistant refs. Gully going from right to left, as you can see it. The wind, very much, and it's a windy part of the world, let me tell you, out here in northwestern Melbourne. See across Tequila. And as the name suggests, Green Gully, we're on the top of a hill here, and it's plenty windy. And it'll be Northcote that will enjoy the best of the breeze. Underway. Adero goes right back to the man I was talking about, Mr. Vargas. Sends it long. Speculative. Was looking for Jason Hain. Couldn't get him. Hain again. Robson for Gully. Chopped it off. Looking to go long Northcote, but plenty of green and white at the back to defend. Ditto for Northcote City on that sortie. Few calls from the Northcote players for a foul there from Brent Fisher. Nothing forthcoming. The big number 9 for Gully. Constantinides. It's been a big part of the revolution at Northcote City over recent years. Waiting for the bubble to burst on this great period for the club. We thought it might. With the loss of the gaffer, Trent Rickson and co. Not the case. Put themselves within 4 points of the top with a win here today. Ball into the area. That one will fall straight in the arms of Roganovic. Wearing the 23. My observation pre-game as this one goes long. Chance now. Nikolic had the chance to lay it off. Went on his own. This time goes for Fisher. Fisher bumbling through. Couldn't quite get the first touch he was seeking, and the offside flag goes up against Northcote. And it's Jonathan Vulgaris just talking to his defenders. Calm down, boys. Just take that extra second to have a look up and make sure we're on side. Jones. Deep down the right. And this pitch, it's that time of year, heading into July, winter well and truly in our grips, that the pitches start to look less than lovely. Plenty of green coverage here at Gully. But perhaps just a little bit choppy underfoot. We saw that one. The ball there just pulling up. Ball in for Gully at the back. It was Joel Nikolic. Half fired it. Let's check that one out again, shall we? From the throw in. Good set play, went straight in. Nikolic was there but couldn't get the header on target. So, firing the first bullet, so to speak, in the 5th minute is Green Gully. A limp attempt, but an attempt nonetheless. Keeping Chris Theodoridis honest. It's Theodoridis now. Jones. Odero. We're going to the left. He's got some numbers in the middle. And, well, I'm not sure what to say with that one, whether he opted to go himself or was looking. He definitely had Fisher and Hayne, I think it might have been, in the middle. Puts his hands up, says, sorry, boys. Made a meal of that one. So, another chance for Gully. And Theodoridis to send it on. Just upon halfway, Adero again. Whistle goes. Which way will it go? It goes Gully's way. It'll be Munoz to take the free kick, or will it? It will. Just having a good look here. Opts to go short into Robson. Rodrigo Vargas. Jones. Stephen Downs goes down the line, only as far as Savio. Still Savio. Northcote just trying to cleverly build it up. That one comes down. And Roddy Vargas all over it. Will be a throw to City, however. Okay, gives it up. Eventually it's Hayden D'Agostino. Ambles a call from Daniel Jones. Ref ain't buying it. Down the line, half a chance. Tackle came early from Constantinides on Fisher. He's probably lucky it wasn't better timed, because he may have collected the Gully striker and he might have found himself in strife. Right now it's Gully that are in that predicament. Ball spread wide, just outside the 18-yard box. Working their way in. Piemonte then dispossessed. Piemonte was just threatening there, was having a look, seeing what was on. While he was doing that, the Gully defence was doing what it's supposed to. Okay, take him on's the call for Vulgaris into the area. And Kalafatidis in the end, a limp shot. It's Fisher. And that tackle, you wonder if he's making a little bit more of it. Then again, it's not my ankle that just got hacked at by Vulgaris. So we'll reserve judgment. And he does look like he's hurt, so apologies. Brent Fisher, he's a big fella. He's a strong man. And he's hurting just at the minute. Looks like he probably will shake it off. As Munoz. To Andy Vargas. Looking to add some width to the Gully attack. Downs down the line again. Rass on this occasion. Chops it for Northcote City. About to say Savio. Savio left it. Constantinidis goes down the line. He's spotted the teammate out well. Just starting to move the ball well, Northcote City. Working their way into the game, Vulgaris. He's got 2 to beat, and he does it. Vulgaris, a great run. Straightens it up. Vargas was there. And Savio flies, gives away the free kick. He's apologetic, Paul Savio. Have a look at that run again. I said he had 2 to beat. It was all to do. And just squared it up. The only problem was there weren't Northcote City runners coming in the box. So a tentative opening from both sides, but plenty of signs of attack so far. Munoz. Long down the line, Fisher. Flag goes up. We expect nothing less from these two. Just a little bit of a jab back and forth in the early going. Gully a couple of chances. Northcote City too. In the last few minutes have stepped it up. Will be to the delight of the coach, Goran Lozanowski. Clever use of the outside of the boot there, Rojas. It was Jones there, just marshalling the defence for Gully. Munoz goes short for Dero. Dero now finds Fisher deep on the left. Square it back up. Robson now showing some width. Downs comes inside, playing better football now. Gully, that ball inside, it's going to meet Downs. Downs into the area. Oh, and it's Paul Savio at the death, saving the bacon. Let's have a look at this. Beautiful ball movement, beautiful build up by Gully into the area. And am I right in saying it's Savio? It was. So Gully earned themselves a corner, and it was a delectable build up from the men in green. Andy Vargas, as he's done for so many years, will sail this one in. What will be the result? Goes short. Fisher went through, and we've gone for safety first there, Northcote City. It'll be another corner. What this time from Mr. Vargas? Fisher in a different spot, so we won't see a repeat. This one will get floated right in the box. Adero is up, gets his head onto it, but metres wide, and the linesman flags a goal kick. Let's have a look again. It's well weighted from Vargas. Adero did quite well, but just needed to get himself a little straighter, and he could have given the Doritis something to think about in the Northcote City goal. So Gully answering Northcote's attacking flair in the last few minutes with some of their own. Munoz, you think will get that. In fact, Vargas is in front. Almost made contact with the arm, incidental from the skipper. D'Agostino. The ball on. Munoz was there. Vargas in tight space. And straight down the throat of his opposite number. Now Munoz sends it long. He's looking for Adaro. There's bodies in the way, and Adaro reckons he's been hard done by there. The body check from D'Agostino. It was close checking football, but probably fair stuff, and play on the good call at this stage. Downs. Going right again. Gully showing a willingness early to attack both the left and right flanks. Plenty of width, I should say, from Gully early. Robson will pull it all the way back. Over to Jones. Downs again, goes long for Hayne. Hayne straightens up, fires wide. Will it go out? It will not. Adaro will be there. Crosses it over, sells the candy, puts it in the box. think it was Constantinides, and a chance for Hayne. And probably had a little bit more time than he thought. Let's see if he did. Good work for Erdaro here. As we see, Constantinides just fell for it. Then the head on. And Jason Hayne, well, he did have a defender upon him. We'll mark that down as another chance for Gully. And slowly but surely they're starting to mount up. Just on a quarter hour gone here at Gully. Still 0-0. Wherever you are around the world, it's a g'day from Melbourne here on VPL Live. Fisher was dispossessed by Chiapetta. Now a chance for Vargas. Again going wide out to Stephen Downs. So happy just to work in that tight space out wide. Jones didn't quite put enough, or a lot of weight on that ball I should say. Put enough on it. In the end it's going to be Roganovic. Jones. Vargas looks ahead and he sees Erdaro. Looks for him with a flag up at will. Says sorry mate. So it's been an enterprising start for Asagi. Herrero. Causing some problems, but problems that it must be said have been met so far from Northcote City. As this one comes down, Vargas, just the clever, the old veteran, using the body at the right time there. The 220s battling it out, it's okay. Pass was out. Gully, big chance through Nikolic. Nikolic offered to go on his own. There's plenty of blue there, and it's the blue shirts that prevail. Plenty of green around this one. Perhaps cleverly left from Dan Piemonte, and then he might have taken a bit of a tumble, as he said. Track pretty good here at Gully, a little bit bumpy in parts, and I think Piemonte might have fallen into a little bit of a pothole out there on the far side. This time Jones is there for Gully. Both sides showing the ability to play balls at the feet, and they basically want to continue that. Bradley Trelaw, man, he's had some time at the heart. Sends that one up onto the hill. And one of our young fans will bring that back in. Roganovic is the man you can hear. Just marshalling, just barking orders. Has a good keeper. Does. And he's certainly one of them in this league. Nikola Roganovic. Hayne. He's got plenty of shirts around him. And he thought he'd won the throw in. He hadn't, and he's got to be careful there. Just kind of threw that back at the linesman with a little bit of disgust. Thought he'd done enough against the three Northcote defenders around him to win. Ball goes back. Want to be careful with this Northcote. Not quite fully cleared. Munoz will be onto it. So still in the front third of Gully. Munoz goes down the line. Erdaro. Will they go the 1-2? They don't. But there's a free kick called against Hayden D'Agostino. Perhaps a little bit too wide to cause too much angst for Northcote. It will be all hands on deck regardless, including Roddy Vargas, who's working his way in, and even the big body, the big tall man, Daniel Jones, working his way in. So Munoz has dropped back. Jones is in there. Can they hit the big fella? It's curved well. Erdaro got onto it. And again, he's getting himself into dangerous positions, but the execution there, let's have another look. Am I being too harsh on him? Got himself down nice and low. It's probably in two minds whether to go with the boot or the head. He went with the latter. Gully again, so there. Time in possession, just starting to mount up. Vargas has got Munoz on. He uses him. Munoz with the outside of the right. Good back heel here, Nikolic. Not getting great touches there, Nikolic, but somehow maintained possession. It's finally Hudis okay. Okay, I should say, who's there for Northcote, but they can't get a break at the moment. Eraro. Tackle comes in from Vulgaris. It was well timed. It'll again be Munoz to bring it back in for Green Gully. The weight of possession continues to grow for the home side. Munoz into Hayne. In fact, it's Fisher. Spreads it out for Downs. Downs has got some space. Wants to go for the outside run. Ball into the area. And it was Jason Hayne. I got him eventually. Just gives the old hand slap. Knew he could have done better with that one. Northcote's turn to respond. Jones is there causing some headaches for Califatidis. Gully just looking to set up from the free kick. 10 yards inside their own half. Plenty of movement down on the Gully bench. We can see right in front of us. Downs at Araro. Pleading for a free kick. It's not coming. Theodoridis. They might have had the better of the attacking opportunities, Gully, but to be fair for Theodoridis, he hasn't had a heck of a lot to worry about in goal so far. 20 down. 0-0. VPL Live, Saturday afternoon here in Melbourne. And we're thankful the rain that has plagued us throughout the week has stopped. And that should be, I guess, kept in mind when we talk about the pitch. The fact we've had flooding rains over last week. They played under 23s, as I mentioned earlier, on one of the outside grounds. They are blessed with plenty of grounds here at Green Gully, and it's not an uncommon occurrence to have the curtain raiser outside the venue, must be said. Decent crowd has built up. Munoz straight through. The ball just trickles through to the waiting hands of Theodoridis. Another goal kick. Just heading to halfway. Jones gave that up to Chiapetta. Trying to make up for the work, and he does it quite well. Nikolic is there, and this is going to get interesting. Well out of his box there is Theodoridis. He's ended up mopping it up. Joel Nikolic is asking for some sort of assistance from the referee, but it's got to be said, it was ballsy from Theodoridis to come out, and it's paid off. Nikolic again. In fact, this one's been thrown out. That looks like a Northcote injury there. So, some interesting times, some nervous times there for the Northcote City goalkeeper. And Joel Nikolic just needed to just get that touch if it was a little cleaner. And to be fair to him, he did have defence right upon him as well. But we'll notch that up as another one for Gully. Nikolic will throw it back. Doesn't get the applause of the crowd as we get to some of the higher levels. A little bit more partisan, the crowds at this level of football, we believe. Northcote again have tended to favour the Gully side of Green Gully so far this afternoon. Just as I say that, it looked like they were shaping up to bring it out this side to D'Agostino. But instead they stick to the left-hand side. They went long, they were looking for Jonathan Vulgaris. Not an overly tall player, but a skillful one. Already seen some of his magic right in front of our commentary box. So far today is one Daniel Jones and the Vargas boys. We'll have to keep a close eye on. Rogavic and Raro. So on for Fisher. Fisher. Bit of a party trick. Out wide for Hayne. Hayne just looks to regroup. The overlap. Downs. Downstrokes it up, Urdaro. Swing and a miss. Nikolic. Definitely not a swing and a miss for him. And then, no! Look at that! Jonathan Munoz, if you don't mind. The Green Gully, let's have another look. There was one attempt. And then the second, and then eventually third time lucky for Green Gully. Jonathan Munoz. Urdaro, he's had a few chances early. He scuffed that one. Joel Nikolic, the wily old veteran, had a crack at it. But it's Jonathan Munoz who does the business. Green Gully on 24 minutes, fire home. What will be the reaction from Northcote City? Here he is, the goal scorer. And just seems to have a little bit of a pep in his step, and why not? Robson for Downs. Can he get there? He can't. So, a lapse in concentration. It's Okai, brings it back in. Savio battling it out with Hayne. Blue shirts come up with it again. Rojas. Limp. We often talk in football about games that need a goal. I'm not sure this was quite one of them. We're still very much early days in this encounter here in the VPL, and there was certainly plenty going on going forward. But if anything, Northcote, despite having a purple patch between, if I had to pinpoint it, maybe 7 and 12 minutes in this game, gone a little bit shy, a little bit gun shy. This will force them out of their box, perhaps. Of course, coached by Goran Lozanowski, a man who was never short of a shot to put on goal himself. So again, Theodoridis coming well outside. Well, not well outside, but certainly to the D. It's come off for him. Down the line for Vulgaris. Couldn't win it this time. On the counter, Vargas goes in. Urdararo's out wide, as is D'Agostino. D'Agostino gets there first. Pumps it long. Well, it comes straight into the hands. Gully at will. Munoz, he's got 3 players approaching. He was well aware of it. Nikolic gets around, squares it up, trickles. What's going on? I've got to say, it's one part of the ground here at Gully from our commentary position. It's probably the furthest point away. So a few interesting moments, it must be said. Good work again from Munoz. He saw the treble of defence coming upon him, just put the ball through. It looked pretty innocuous. Probably would go out for a goal kick. But Nikolic, when you've got Joel Nikolic lurking, you can never rest for a second. Munoz being told by the fans here at Gully to let it go. Good advice, it would appear. So approaching a couple of minutes off from the half hour. Daniel Jones with that unmistakable accent, sparking the instructions out. The big central defensive marshal. Here he is. He's quite happy to let Kalafatides come upon him before he sets it down the right. Looking for Hayne. Some time here for Nikolic. Comes out Munoz. Can he get there? He can, but only to send it a couple of metres further towards the city goal. Long throw, some hands in the back there from Vargas. Not seen by the referee. He was actually on Vulgaris. Referee did see that though from Piemonte. Penalises him. Andy Vargas. Leaves it for the brother. Or does he? Ref just asking Green Gully to get on with it. Urdararo's a target. Can't get there again. It's Northcote City. Just a little innocuous tap there from Munoz, but a foul nonetheless on Piemonte. So Northcote have been on a purple patch in the VPL. If they're to continue their winning ways, they need to find 2 goals sometime over the next hour. We know it's not beyond them. Munoz again, who's if I'm not mistaken, just stepped up a notch since that cracking goal from about 15 yards out. Mataro's done a mountain of work so far. And he'll certainly claim at half-time. It was his swing and a miss that then led up for Nikolic's shot on goal that then ultimately went for Munoz's successful strike. There he is again. That one was ambitious, looking for Hayne. Although when you set Hayne a task, he's often equal to it. Gully again not panicking and liking this in defence, just happy to work the ball around in small spaces, and then when they do see the likes of Fisher and Nikolic up front, even Downs causing some, or giving them some width out right, they're happy to use it. Using their outlets well so far. Vargas, wide for Ederaro. The tackle came in from Kalafatidis. In fact, it was D'Agostino. Still Ederaro, goes in! No one at the back post for Gully. If there was, you might think we'd be looking at a 2-0 scoreline right now. Well done, Northcote. Defenders protecting the space, doing what they want them to do. Now Munoz. Vargas and Munoz, must be said, sharing fairly identical haircuts. That one went right through and clean bowled. And Ederaro again is the target. It's been giving D'Agostino some problems in the last few minutes. Munoz will claim that was set up. Did well, got it out to Haynes. Hayne. Inside again. And again, no one at the back post for Gully. There was for Northcote, although it must be said, it went right through. And the hearts will be fluttering for the men in blue. Clearance, if you can call it that. Not a strong one. Chance for a counter. And with the soggy pitch beneath their feet, and let's face it, all teams around the VPL this week would have been training on some pretty sodden grounds. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a few swim sessions or gym sessions throughout the week for teams right around Melbourne. This one comes down and will get dealt with by Constantinides. Not as easily as he would have liked with Brent Fisher upon him. And it's going to go Gully's way. So Northcote City again need to be on their toes. Long throw will be the order here for Munoz. It is. Hayne almost had that extra second he needed there to fire one. Northcote this time. Again tacking that left-hand side. Reticent to come down this right-hand side where Piemonte is waiting. They cough it up again. Vargas. Hayne looking for Ederaro. You can't get there. Something on here for Northcote, no. Ball came through. It was Jim Kalafatidis they were looking for. Long one, sent down, Constantinides. He's there for Northcote City. Savio sends it on for Okai. Okai takes a tumble. The referee blows his whistle. And Northcote looking to play on about 5 metres, maybe even 10 metres in front of the infringement. We're looking for more of an AFL footy advantage than one that we afford in this game. And referee not having a bar of it. So, free kick. About 40 yards out for Northcote. Will sail in. Just approaching at the back there was Kalafatidis. There's plenty of Green and Gully defence there. and they won the day, but Calafatides did float through. And Paul Savio just getting a little bit industrial there on Erderaro, helps him back up. So, good to see that, because quite often after an application like that, it can get a little bit nasty, but Paul Savio is savvy enough to help his opponent to his feet and get on with it. Smart play. Robson, the 211's clashing. Vulgaris came in with a late challenge. Jones. Robson again. It's an inside chip. Wanted Hayne. Couldn't get him. .35 gone, and so far it's the foot of Jonathan Munoz that separates the two sides. 1-0 in favour of the home side. They're desperate for a win. So far, they're looking good for it. Hayne wanted to come inside for Vargas, just took a little too long. They'll come all the way back. Fisher was flying through, still is. Rojas through the middle for Vulgaris. Vulgaris is just looking to get it on for Calafatides, but it's that little pocket in the middle of the ground that's causing a couple of players problems. A few doing the double take. Munoz down the line for Nikolic. Tracked by Konstantinides. Nikolic sends across. Haynes there. A few times shots have been fired across the bow from Green Gully, but there's been no one home for them. Vargas getting forward as he's wont to do. Downs. Okay. Side in the dummy. This time it's Savio. And we'll go out for a goal kick for Northcote City. So, Roganovic again. Barking out the orders. Movement on the Green Gully bench. Michael O'Farrell, the backup keeper. Ante Chichak, Matthew Sanders, Chris Dibb and Mohamed Chalk are down there. And Chichak and Sanders in particular are some players we know can do some damage at this level for very different reasons. Robden. Fisher turns around. Was looking for Erderaro. Needed to do a little bit better with the clearance there. Piemonte's coughed it back up to Gully in a dangerous position. Fisher wanted to send it through for Vargas. Defence was there. Piemonte. That one goes out. It'll be a throw. Calafatides pretty nonchalant about that little exchange. D'Agostino right in the middle. Another chance. Calls of handball. Play on is the call. Trying to work in some tight spaces here. Plenty of green shirts in Northcote. They'll come up with it down the left-hand side for Chalor. Savio. Tackle. Was it a foul? No, just a good challenge. They'll recycle and do it all again now, Northcote City. Konstantinides. Again down that left flank. If they continue this, we're going to see plenty of Northcote action on this side of the ground at our commentary position in the second half. Chalor again. Goes long. Rojas just had a touch. It's turned over again. Gully, Erderaro, the front runner here. And Theodoridis cleans up. Not afraid to come off his line. Has timed it well on this occasion to put up just inside his area. Downs. Again they counter. Gully. Still Downs. Flag goes up. Fires in. Fires wide. It's always interesting, the psychology. He's got his arms out, asking what's going on there. Might just have a crack at looking at this on replay. So he's come through, and a bit hard to judge from that one. And it's always interesting, the psychology, when they do fire one at the goal after the whistle's gone. If it goes in, It's always just, I think, a moral win for the team that's been penalised, just to sort of let the keeper know, hey, I'm coming for you, and we can get it on target. It's a moot point, because it didn't go in. And Northcote come down looking for Vulgaris, but he's been, for the most part, well held down there. We're up the other end now. Fisher into the middle. Nikolic, the first touch. Ederaro. Good defending there from Northcote City. Well, the ball come out, it won't. So, Osagi Ederaro was charging forward. Nikolic, I thought he'd made a meal of it, but he knew better than I. Just had the touch, spread the ball around, gave a little bit of love, and Green Gully might feel that that was a big chance to go 2-0 up here at Gully. Must be said, the Northcote City defence once again saving the bacon of this Goran Lozanowski-led outfit. Down the line for Vulgaris. Battling with Vargas. Vargas wins it on this occasion. Got to give props for Adriano Chiappetta. I'm confident that it was he who stood tall in defence for Northcote in that last attack. There's a big reason they're only a goal down, heading closer and closer to half time. Moving it around, Vulgaris brings it down for Okai. And it's Kalafatidis, the man they were looking for. Gully, happy to send it wide. That goes over just past Okai. Savio. Okai. Looking for Piemonte. Chance now. Just that first touch. Alex Rojas just wanted to trap it and then see what he could do, turning on the dime. Wasn't to be. And again, some players falling down in the middle of the park. Savio on this occasion. Munoz, in fact it's Vargas. So I'm going to start, as Vargas works his way more and more in the middle of the park, I'm going to confuse those two. Chance on now. Kalafatidis goes in Raganovic. Kalafatidis just trying to make it a little cute. Let's have a look at this from Northcote City. Did oh so well, came back, went on the right and just didn't give it enough power. So nervous moments for Green Gully, and in particular Nikola Raganovic. But ultimately he comes up with the goods. So minutes out from half time, it's Northcote City starting to show some attacking zest. Chance now. Oh, that one came down. I think it was Kalafatidis. Came across. Kalafatidis had it across there. He was looking. But I'm not confident it was Kalafatidis, folks. Whoever it was, they were, because I'm pretty sure Kalafatidis was the guy down on the right who was just looking for that one to come to him. And again, yeah, it was definitely Kalafatidis who was waiting for that ball to come across. And the sort of half shot, half pass didn't get the desired result for the Blues. And Duraro. He's got some options. He's also got plenty of defence to deal with. Keeps coming down. Has he had his pocket picked by Constantinides? He has. So good work, Christian Constantinides. He's a constant source of angst for defenders throughout the VPL. Duraro charging down that left flank, using that pace. There were some green shirts waiting for him in the 18-yard box. But Northcote City sent their troops out to the left. They come up with the goods. Theodoridis. There's D'Agostino with the head. Kalafatidis again will leave it. For D'Agostino. Will come down, just left in his own little pocket. Here was Piemonte. Wants to go straight into the 18-yard box, but the Green Gully defence was up, but he sent it over the top where there was no teammates waiting. And the flag goes up right on halfway there. No, ref not happy with that. Northcote down the line. Got some time here, Piemonte. Was he looking for Okai? He wasn't coming, he was rooted to the spot. Ball will come out again. D'Agostino. Look to straighten it up. It's limp. Munoz is there. It will be a corner for Northcote City. They've earned more possession in the last quarter hour. Must be said, not a lot of it leading to too many chances on goal. What can they muster here? Linesman thinks the ball's just a little bit outside where it needs to be. It's brought back. And now the ref has stopped the game. Just wants to have a chat to Daniel Jones and Chiapetta, the two big men. Look like they're going to battle it out for this corner. It flies in. Roganovic sends it away. Okai puts it back in, and a push in the back, a penalty. Joel Nikolic. Let's have a look. Roganovic saves. Okai sends it back in, and you've got to say Joel Nikolic, who's an attacker of great ability himself, just was clumsy, ploughing into the back there. Ref had very little hesitation pointing to the spot. And just on half-time, it's going to be James Kalafatidis versus Nikola Roganovic to square us up. Kalafatidis puts it in the back. We're all square here at Green Gully Reserve. He was confident. No, we're not. In fact, as I'm watching, I'm watching the replay. We've been asked to take it again. So will the nerves now build up for James Kalafatidis? Will it be a carbon copy of the first? Kalafatidis goes the same spot. Roganovic went the same way. And it's the same result. Well, it's not the same result. Let's have a look again, because this time it'll go down as a goal. Just ploughed it straight down the centre. Well struck. Straight in the back of the net. And just on half-time, we go 1-1. Thanks to a well-slotted home penalty for James Kalafatidis. 1 goal apiece here at Green Gully. Gully goes searching for it. Bodies are flying. Fisher, ball still in play. Have we had a whistle? We have not, and it'll be a corner to Green Gully. So a chance to strike back right on half-time. And apologies for a loss in transmission from me. I took 2 seconds to write down the goal scorer's name, and sure enough, we're nearly seeing Gully go back in front. The corner from Vargas. Nikolic has given away a goal. Has he scored one? No. And I think we've got a goal kick, although it's Theodoridis who looks injured here. Clash of bodies, as we can see. A lot of hands up in the air asking what the heck's going on. What we can tell you with surety is it was Joel Nikolic gave away the penalty, then nearly did what he does best up the other end, and that's put one home for Green Gully to fire them back in front. It's Chris Theodoridis now, the keeper for Northcote City, looking to be a little bit of distress. Doesn't look overly troubled. And he will be welcoming that half-time whistle, which is imminent. So he's on his feet, the trainer, just to ping the ball back for him. Gets a few claps. Well, not too many from the Green Gully fans, but from the travelling Northcote folk. He's back on his feet. And it must be said, amongst all that activity in the box, you'll chalk that down as a big win from a Northcote City perspective. Massive chance for Green Gully. Still a chance in the middle of the park, although it's going to be Rojas. Just got a little bit on it there, Vulgaris. It was enough to turn it over. Munoz wanted to go straight through the middle. I think it was Fisher that he wanted. Edoraro nearly came through, but strong in defence, and he's copped a little tap for his troubles there, is Constantinides. Does it play on? It is, and just getting a little bit testy here in the last couple of minutes of the first half. Getting a bit willing, and it's Northcote City again, just trying to play on when that was probably not an option. Christian Constantinides did it all on that little passage of play. Importantly for Northcote, he won the free kick because it was Gully again who were threatening. Not sure how much injury time we're playing here. Didn't catch the fourth official. But it seems considerable at this stage. And as soon as I say that, ref blows half-time. Folks, we've had a cracking first half. It's 1 goal apiece. We'll be back in a few moments' time from Green Gully Reserve, VPL Live. Welcome back. VPL Live here from Green Gully Reserve. Second half action. Mark Van Aken in commentary with you. And if you've just joined us, it is 1 goal apiece. Just discussing with the crew here at half time. Entertaining first half of football. Both sides, in particular the home side, Green Gully, are looking to play an enterprising brand. Jonathan Munoz, also talking to the press gallery to the left of our commentary box, John Bonacci from Leader Newspapers. His opinion, Gully should have been 3-0 up, and certainly from the weight of possession and the better of the attacking opportunities, you'd certainly say they should have been comfortably in the lead. But to their credit, Northcote City have defended admirably, and despite doing a mountain of work, Aussie Erderaro just not having the ability to turn a few half chances into full chances. Joel Nikolic was the villain for Green Gully, and then very much nearly the hero again towards the end of that second half. So it was Jonathan Munoz firing one from 15 yards out in the 24th minute that sent Green Gully ahead, and then by my watch was into injury time in the first half. It was James Alafatidis putting Northcote ahead from the spot. It's that man Calafatidis right now, just having a limber up, a look around. The referee looks at the watch. Probably reminds me to get my stopwatch going as well. And we're underway, second half action. VPL round 11, right from the kick-off. Northcote wanting to get a bit funky. It was Rojas. His feet stopped, his body kept going. Now it's Erderaro to Nikolic. Then Constantinidis. Piemonte. So again, it's this left flank to which Northcote goes down. Piemonte sends it long. Bit of confusion between Nikolic and Munoz for just a split second. Draganovic sends it long. Erderaro. He's given the Northcote defence plenty to think about. This one trickle right over the line. Bit of a body check in the end from Theodoridis to make sure it went over. He's got his arms out. Not sure he can believe what's just happened. I assume that little bit of body work, or body language I should say, was aimed at some of his defence. Left him exposed for a split second there. Theodoridis flying. Gully said it was in the back from Jonathan Vulgaris. It's going to take Jason Hayne a second to recover from that one. This one goes long, looking for Nikolic. Just bounces too long, will be another goal kick. And Andy Vargas just given the old hand up to Stephen Downs. The old, mate, what are you doing? They're sorting it out. A little bit too much on that one, sitting Joel Nikolic. A task that, frankly, as good as he is, he wasn't quite up to. Theodoridis just taking his time with the goal kick. This half he'll be firing those goal kicks into the wind. Not a massive wind, but strong enough to rate a mention. Rojas has coughed it again. Andy Vargas, clever back heel. Sets Gully up through the midfield. In the end, it was Scott Robson who just got on the end of Vargas's good work there, and then put the pass into no man's land. Possibly looking for Hayne, but didn't have near enough weight to find him here on this near flank from our commentary position. Munoz sends it through. He's going to look to clean up his own handiwork, but Chiapetta will be there and fire that one down the gully. Looks like the Gully under-23 side have parked themselves up there on the hill. Bit of support on the far side. This one's looking for Fisher. Back for Munoz. D'Agostino causing some troubles. Robson. Edoraro. Errant boot there. No harm intended. Went a little high. Chance now Fisher. Brings it down for himself. Waits for support. It comes from Edoraro. Sends it wide. Hey, Nikolic. Oh, cleared off the line by Adriano Chiappetta. Let's have a look at this one. Northcote looking flat-footed for a moment, and it was Chiappetta, his right boot, saved the day. Theodoridis was, for all intents purposes, beat on that one. Brings up a corner. Vargas goes short. It's for Fisher or Hayne. And now it's a Northcote defence. So if you're going to wait that long for the pill, we'll come in and take it off you. A counter for Piemonte. He's got Colafatidis in the middle. He might need to use him. There's a lot of Green Gully defence there. Robson wins it eventually. And then he sends it out for a corner. So fair to say, it's all certainly far from a pedestrian first half of football, but we've seen it all in the first 5 minutes of the second half. Both sides hunting the win. Edoraro. And then it's fired into the area. Nikola Roganovic, the mud, wouldn't mind having another look at this one. I was unsighted behind our pole here. It said Edoraro, and then it looked pretty innocuous. The boot into the area, but Roganovic not at all happy with his defence. Seen it happen in slow motion. Chiappetta. It's coughed up again for Northcote City. Hayne just attacking his right-hand flank. And Trelaw. He's there. Fisher. Brings it out. Downs. Downs has got plenty of time to put this one in. It's a good ball. And Nikolic possibly could have done better with this one. Let's have a look-see. Downs had plenty of time, put it on a dime and just didn't get his body positioning quite right at the right time. Joel Nikolic, no doubt be keen to make amends for giving away the penalty just on the stroke of half-time. Munoz. Hayne again. Went down the line. Chiappetta was there. The big fella gets the first touch. Gets the second touch. Scott Robson. Laughs last. This one will be set up for Andy Vargas to again. Take the corner. Just floats it in. Was that Nikolic again? It was. And the ref again. So, in fact, we can hear it. You can hear the beauty of our commentary box here at Green Gully, just over the top of the action, and we can hear it was he that came into me, ref. It wasn't the other way around. Cries of "Go Gully!" Theodoridis, Trelaw, and then Chiappetta eventually is the one who averts the Brent Fisher danger. Nikolic, strong on the tackle, eventually beaten. Andy Vargas. Again, the clever back heel. Hayne into the area. Edoraro will be there. Chiappetta. In fact, it's not Chiappetta, it's D'Agostino that challenges him. And D'Agostino is a little worse for wear. And the trainer being called on by the referee. I wonder if it's slightly prematurely. Looks like a head clash there for that header. Hayden D'Agostino, the big number 12. for Northcote City. Probably an apt time to remind everyone, and you're online, so we know you're going to be checking out all the results and all the news at footballfedvic.com.au right throughout the week and throughout season 2012. All the fixtures, all the results, all the news. And don't forget, you can find us on social media as well. And VPL Live will be back again next week, as it will be right throughout season 2012. You might get to hear my dulcet tones again, but some McCuskey on assignment this week, we'll say. We'll be back over the next few weeks to take you through this important winter period of the VPL season. 9 minutes gone now, so 54 in total for the game. It must be said, no cards been shown as yet. A game played in the spirit that we'd like to be. And just racking my brain to think if there's not even really a challenge that's probably come anywhere close to warranting one, including even the penalty. There was nothing sort of super sinister from Joel Nichols. It was just as we said at the time, a clumsy challenge, ploughing straight in the back of his opponent. But again, certainly nothing that would raise too much of the ire of the ref. We got a little bit tasty just toward the end of that first half, but all in all, as I said, a game played in the spirit in which it should be played. It's Northcote. Chiapetta lets it roll because he knew he had cover defence there. Chalor goes through the middle. But again, it's Green Gully that have just got the numbers. Probably just trying to expose Ajana Chiapetta. He's a big fella. He's a strong player. By his own admission, not a super fast player, which is why he's got his covering defenders around him. But perhaps Gully think they might be able to expose him with a long ball at some time. Here he is, Chiapetta. Just floats it down the line. Jones was there for Gully. Now it's Hayne. Nikolic has a man on. Had the 6 to know it. Piemonte. Piemonte chasing his tail here. Andy Vargas. Munoz out wide. Thought he might go to him. Alex rather hit up Stephen Downs down here. Fisher, first touch, not fantastic, but follows it up well. Robson. Edoraro. Some more of this patient Green Gully build-up. Edoraro off to the race. As we see, it was brilliant work there by Edoraro, as we come to expect from him. Hayne certainly wasn't left alone at the back there. Chalor was equal to it. Probably needed to get a little bit more on that clearance there. He was off balance, and it gave Hayne the chance to fire again, and we've come to expect plenty from Jason Hayne throughout the years in this VPL competition. Could have and would have and should have done better with that chance. So another half chance goes begging, or a three-quarter chance you might say. And if Gully gets a full time with the score as it is at 1 goal apiece, I reckon Ian Dobson and co will be kicking themselves. Edoraro, half handy in the air. Trying to give a bit of a give and go there, did Piemonte. And then Daniel Jones, and I said they had him in a card all game. I've probably put the mozza on Daniel Jones there. Let's have a look. So came in, started us up. I don't think there'll be too many complaints. Of course he will complain, because that's what we do as footballers, we complain. But I think that's probably fair enough from the referee on that occasion. So the good news from the Northcote perspective is that they're all okay. And now a free kick in a pretty decent area. I think it's going to be Piemonte to take it. although Brad Chalor is also over it. It will be Piemonte. Just didn't get it far enough in to cause any trouble. And then we see a Gully player down. Let's have another look at this one. Piemonte puts the ball in. And we've just missed it off the screen there. So possibly a clash of bodies. It certainly raised the eye up of the Gully fans here. Adriana Chiappetta just wanting to have a word in the referee's ear. It certainly hasn't drawn a card. That's the good news. It starts to get just a little dark here at Green Gully. Forcing my head out the window, folks, at Arara. And Chiappetta's actually gone down and back play there from... Just gave the look to Joel Nikolic. Thanks for that, mate. So Northcote just getting plenty of the ball, just finding it really hard to break down. Chance here now, Fisher. He brings it down, but Treloar was there for Northcote. And again, just trying to isolate Fisher up there. Ball goes down. Roddy Vargas wanted the offside flag. He was praying for it from the assistant referee, and he got it. And he's lucky he did, because they're off to the races there with Northcote City. D'Agostino happy enough to just come in and lump that one out. Hour played in this one here in the Victorian Premier League. Green Gully 1, Northcote City 1. Nikolic, good old shove in the back there from Chiappetta. It's starting to get a bit willing between those two, if I'm not mistaken. Rojas down the left for Piemonte. Nice first touch for Vulgaris. And a shirt being grabbed there from Daniel Jones. He has just copped a yellow. Not a lot in it, I appreciate that. But when you're on a yellow, probably not the most clever thing to be grabbing jerseys right in front of the ref. Hayne, down the right flank. Did he get it in time? He did. Or did he not? He did not. Fair the Redis. We'll get the goal kick regardless. So, as predicted, it's a game in the second half. Very much played in our favour here in commentary, right down the, essentially the western side of this venue. Northcote wanting to play down their left flank. And Green Gully keen to oblige them down their own right flank. And there it comes. So it was Chiappetta letting his goalkeeper know he should pick it up and kick it. And he waited the maximum amount of time before he was going to cop something from the ref. And did it. Andy Vargas doing some work in tight space, but it's Rojas who comes up with the goods. Now Piemonte. Rojas again. Went right, comes back left. Treloar goes down the line, looking for Rojas. He finds him. And Rojas went inside. Body check from Green Gully. It's all okay, says ref. We play on. Konstantinidis. Second touch almost evaded him there. And then again, just lacking that cutting edge in the final third. We must mention one more time, this is a Northcote team that is in a great patch of form. If my pre-match chat with the media Gary to our left is correct, it's a 5-match unbeaten run for them. And that patch including plenty of wins. It's put them up to equal second in this competition. But it's certainly Gully, who in their own right have had a less than fantastic, a less than stellar month of June so far. Looking to cap off the end of the month. And that's a yellow card shown out wide for, I think, Parasokai. It was Parasokai. Obviously yellow, I reckon. Apologies to the players. I've put a Mozza on them. I said there was no card shown. I said it was all being played in good fun, and then we've had a far from nasty 5 or 6 minutes of play, but certainly a few errant tackles, a few little nudges here and there, and it's starting to get a little bit tasty, and we've seen 2 yellow cards issued, 1 apiece. Daniel Jones, the other offender for Green Gully, copping up a yellow early in this second half. Erderaro again. I say Gully attacking the right flank. Don't forget, plenty of traffic coming down that left flank for them through Erderaro. And this is another example of Northcote winning the day, winning the defensive ball, and then just coughing it straight back up. Stephen Downs. No sooner have I said that than Stephen Downs has done just that for Gully. Hayne and Treloar in a foot race. Hayne got there first, but it didn't matter. Treloar. Piemonte. Daniel Jones again. That was a little clumsy. And again for a bloke who's sitting on a yellow, he's got to watch those professional fouls, basically. I know the goal is probably not an option at that point. It's not like it's the last man or anything of that nature, but just got to be a little bit careful. Rojas. It's in a good spot. Gully were there. I think it might have been even Nikolic that cleared. Look to come back. Constantinidis. D'Agostino. I keep mixing those up. Apologies to both of them. It's on now for Kalafatidis. Kalafatidis a chip over the top. Is it there? It's not. It's just wide. James Kalafatidis. Very clever bit of play. The ball came in from Vulgaris. Kalafatidis. Roganovic was off his line and he's just, well, it was clever. Just had the right weight. Just didn't have it quite on target. Crowd getting amongst it now. Not a massive crowd here, but big enough to create a bit of a buzz, a bit of a vibe here at Green Gully. Roddy Vargas to Andy. Andy doing a bit of the famous futsal work in the middle there, and again just offloads it. Was that a handball? It was. So unlucky for Munoz. Hasn't seen a heck of a lot of it in the first 20 minutes of this second half. Jonathan Munoz was everywhere in the first half. Seems to have been deployed to be playing a slightly more defensive role. And the old double tint on the windows here, starting to play havoc with my eyes. Piemonte long. There's plenty of shirts there. It's flicked on. Roganovic was there. We're going to have another look, but Roganovic is too quick to get it back in play for Hayne. He's tracked by Treloar, and now Piemonte. Set the ball on the tackle there. Goes in for Andy Vargas. He turns. Falls to the ground and stays down. I don't think it's more out of frustration than any pain. He did well there. Now it's D'Agostino. It's starting to open up. Kalafatidis again. Ooh, almost had the chance to go inside. Munoz was there. And after that last attempt, who'd bet against Kalafatidis? Just honing that radar a little bit more. D'Agostino. Andy Vargas was there. And it's Alex Rojas. Well, he's won the free kick, Alex Rojas, but it was daring to take on. Probably went a little bit unsighted there. Andy Vargas was upon him. So not really walking it into that final third. Still happy to just send it in long, but it's starting to, certainly from a shots on goal perspective, we won't do it on this occasion, but it has started to, the worm has started to turn, so to speak, in the favour of Northcote City. Now into the 67th minute of the game. It's into that zone where we probably start thinking about the substitutions. We can see the Gully boys off the bench in front of us. As we mentioned earlier, Matthew Sanders might be an attacking option. This one comes in for Piemonte. Just skips over the ball. Probably appeal for a free kick. Wasn't one there. It was Jonathan Vulgaris who had faith in him to get through it. He very nearly did. Constantinidis all the way back. Plenty of Greek boys in this Northcote City team. I wonder if they were up last night watching the Greeks and the Germans belling it out in Euro. I think it's probably likely, despite the game today. Hayne hooks up, see some shirts. Nearly went for Nikolic. Erderaro will probably bring it out. He will. Munoz. Crosses it in, looks for Hayne. Hayne stretches out in a clutch of bodies. And what the ref do, he will pull out a yellow. So let's have another crack at that one. You just catch the end of it. So look, Jonathan Hayne, nothing much in that one, but Jason Hayne probably looked too enthusiastic. Probably had to go for it, to be quite honest. But I guess when you do go for it like that, and you do make contact with the keeper, you can get yourself in a bit of strife. All's well, ends well, but our third yellow has been shown for the game. Trelaw sends it down the line. Bit ambitious for Calafatides. Brian Lozanowski just inside his technical zone there, barking out some instructions. Is this Robson or Downs? It was Downs. Great little venue here at Gully. There's a couple of little spots where, from up here, we can't quite see. So it was in fact Stephen Downs who attempted to get Gully out of defence. And Gully now trying to steal a few extra yards with a throw-in. End up throwing it from the exact same spot. Moving on. Fisher. The ball's long, but D'Agostino was there, as was Chiapetta. Central defence holding firm for Northcote City. Another long one down the line for Northcote. 20 minutes to play. Will this elusive third goal in the game come and greet us at some point? Trelaw. Chiapetta is going to get crunched here, and a yellow card will come out. And it's going to go the way of Scott Robson. And for a second, just a split second, I thought it might have been going Joel Nikolach's way, because he was in there as well. So good work there for Chiapetta. Not sure he actually knew what was coming. We certainly did. I think I braced myself for half a second for the oncoming traffic. It's quite often a criticism of this game from the Aussie rule supporters that it's not physical enough. Well, take a crack at that, folks. Ball comes wide. Just working his way inside. Akai. It's gone all the way from the right to the left. Ball back inside. It's fired from Piemonte. He's got some mud across his back, but I'm confident that's him. It is. Nadararo finds himself in an unfamiliar spot on this side of the field. Strong in the tackle nonetheless. Savio there just chopping it off, but wasn't quite quick enough to follow it up. Jones. Over to Munoz. And it's now Alex Rojas is down in front of us here. Looks like probably just a cramp in the good old calf muscle. It is. Trainer comes out. 72 minutes played here at Green Gully. $1 apiece. Definitely just a cramp there for Rojas. Gives me a chance to have a look down on the bench. Have a look at Messrs Dobson and Lozanowski to see if there is any activity on the bench. Certainly Sanders is looking the most likely to be subbed in from a Green Gully perspective, as would be expected. On the bench, we must say too, for Northcote City, the backup keeper, Keith Gallagher, but the outside players as the ball's returned by Calafatides, Ricardo Gonzalez, Anthony Jankowski, and Matt Demo. So there's a little bit there, and in fact, as I've said that, it looks like it's Rojas that has been subbed out. So I said I was looking at the bench, folks. Obviously not closely enough. Just try and spot who's come on for him. Hayne trying to do it all himself in here in traffic, and he wins it. And here comes the substitution now. So there we go. It's definitely Alex Rojas who's succumbed to that cramp. And making his way on the park is somebody, folks, that I'm not sure I had on the team sheet. So we'll try and get some confirmation on that. Hand over the shoulder momentarily. Haynes still working, and he's held onto there by Treloar, and that, I reckon, might be a card. It's certainly a free kick at bare minimum, and it's definitely a professional foul. Daniel Quinn just doing some emergency surgery for me. And it's Vasardi, the number 14, that's come on, so thank you. The assist there to Mr. Quinn. Dangerous spot here for Green Gully. It's Hayne and Andy Vargas. In fact, Downs and Andy Vargas. Over the ball. Downs looks like he'll take it. He will. Might go short here to Andy Vargas. No. Goes in there, plenty of bodies up. Erderaro was there. Downs. He's got 3 blue shirts upon him. Handball's the call. I think that one was more ball to hand than hand to ball. Vitsardi. Getting plenty of body work there from Stephen Downs, the young fella. And Treloar. So escaped with the yellow there. Maybe I'm just being too cynical. Downs. We'll get another crack at it. He's tracked by Treloar. Puts it in. Nervous couple of seconds. Goes out for a corner. Andy Vargas to take it. A little ray of sunshine, some rare sunshine on the last week in Melbourne, we can tell you. This one comes out to the top of the 18-yard box. There was no one there though. Chiapetta tried to clear. Roddy Vargas would hear none of it. Munoz comes out this side again for Hayne. Hayne gets his boot to it, but it's too long. And Matthew Sanders, I can tell you, has come on for Green Gully as well. Got to say, I was having a look. Bloke looks a lot like Matthew Sanders. There's a good reason for that. So Ian Dobson's pulled the trigger on the Dynamo goal scorer that is Matthew Sanders. 1 point, which is what both teams will be taking away if the scores stay as they are, is not the object of Ian Dobson's affections this afternoon. Long way to go in this season, it must be said. But for a club as proud as Green Gully to sit even, it's funny to say low as 6th, but it's not that low, but it's a team that's accustomed to playing finals football, and they're still very much in the play, even if they happen to lose this one here today. Touchdown. Kalafatidis follows it up. And Roganovic has got it. So having a look. No, we won't. Fisher. Well, he was there. It's okay. Looking for Piemonte. Chopped again. Call from the crowd. It's a bit more talk. Hayne again. Treloar was there. Treloar has been very good in this second half. Gully just trying to be a little bit cute there. Robson looking for Erderaro. Pizzardi. He went long. He was looking for, I think, Piemonte. Couldn't get him. Some of the lads looking a little bit tired out there at the moment. This is not one of them. Sanders comes up. Okay, tried to chop it off. And to tell you what, that's clearance from Theodoridis. I was looking to see if someone was injured. I thought maybe that's what he was doing. Was sending it out. There's some pretty significant sun in the eyes now of that low, troubling winter sun. Hayne again. They're channeling plenty through him. Wanted to bring it down for Urtararo. He wasn't making the run at the right time. Piemonte has had plenty of it in the second half. Goes down the line. No one home. Northcote. Urtararo again. Savio trying to get in the way. Sanders. First touch eluded him. D'Agostino was a recipient of Sanders' clunky work. Vitsati. Risky in tight spaces. Living by the sword at the moment, Northcote City. Brought down for Vulgaris. Still Vulgaris. Sends it through for Kalafatidis. Happy to lay it off for Vitsati. Vitsati fires. And it's well wide. Did it take a touch even? Let's have a look. So this is the build-up play that we haven't seen too much of Northcote City. And it did take a deflection. So a corner earned for Northcote City. Is this the moment? 79 nearly, in fact, we've just clicked over to 80 minutes inside the last 10 minutes here at Green Gully. Must be said, Gully have been on top for much of the second half, if not the match. But that's football. Northcote here could find themselves 2-1 in front if they get this right. Floats in, plenty of bodies. Roganovic has parried it to the side. Sanders will then kick it away. Fired back in for D'Agostino. Is it too far? It's not. Calls for handball from inside our corporate area here, and of course on the terraces. Ball whipped in again. Kalafatidis eventually cleared by Roddy Vargas. Trelaw. Vitsati, who's been doing plenty of work since coming on in the last 5-10 minutes. Call handball there, I can tell you it certainly wasn't, from Scott Robson. He's got himself over it. Looking for Sanders with that long one, as I think it was Munoz or Andy Vargas. Just fell over. And again, chances open up for Northcote City. Constantinides. How far into the area will he go? Not that far. Put it out wide. Fired in. Is it going to cross over? This is going to be an interesting replay. And there's going to be a card here. As the... sorry, I've just missed the replay on that one. So it was all happening. And it's definitely the Northcote player. He's going to be shown yellow for a late tackles that crossed the line. So it was all happening there, folks. Inside last moment, its trainer comes out. It's a Gully player. I think it might be Daniel Jones, who's in a bit of discomfort. It is. I'm just trying to pick up. I think it might have been Jonathan Vulgaris that picked up the yellow card. I'm going to put a question mark against that one. Some of you at home probably got a better view of it. The good news is there was a shaking of hands, so no hard feelings. Looks like Mohammed Chalk about to come on for Green Gully. D'Agostino goes long. All of a sudden these long balls for Northcote are starting to pay off. People are getting tired. People are getting a little bit frustrated. And that equals some nervous defenders, and that opens up some opportunities for strikers. Okay. Down the line for Savio. Heavily met there from Andy Vargas. So free kick in a decent area here. It's almost like Northcote are keen to get on with it. I'd be in no rush if I was them. Let this play out. Panas Okai, will he take it? I was about to say, will it be he or Vissati? Both of them in the end leave it for Dean Piemonte. Clock ticking. Piemonte. Is there anyone at the back? Roganovic comes out, doesn't get near it, then backs in to Constantinides. Innocuous meeting of the bodies. Flag goes up Northcote City's favour from the assistant referee. Again, great to see. A little pat on the back from Andy Vargas and his opposite number there. Just about to go 84 minutes here at Northcote City, here at Green Gully Reserve. Northcote City are the visitors, and against the odds for much of this game, they sit at 1 goal apiece, courtesy of a penalty slotted home by James Calafatidis right on half time. It's 40 minutes since we've seen any bulging of the back of the net. Will it come now for Northcote? Sun will be in the eyes. There's a two-man wall. The rest of Gully's defence, besides Matthew Sanders, are at the back. It floats in. Roganovic turns, looks for where it is. It's cleared. And as good as he is, Roganovic came out. Just have a look. He comes out. Didn't know too much about it. Turned around. It was one of his defenders in the end that cleared it away from danger. So again, through Savio and now Constantinides, Northcote City threaten. Piemonte did well to hold on to it. Will now fire from the top of the box, and that one is way too high. Did all the hard work in the build-up here, did Dean Piemonte. 1 tackle, 2 tackles, gets it through. He's entitled to have a crack from there, just needed to keep it much, much lower. Roganovic screaming at his defence. Needs them to lift for this final 5 minutes of regulation time. Shoves down, looking for Fisher. Late tackle. What will happen with this one? Ref called Constantinides over just for a chat, not a card. Keep it down, son. We know it's getting willing, we know it's getting late, but just call the Jets. And believe it or not, we haven't seen a Gully attack for, it seems, forever. The Andy Vargas. They're all queued up, ready to score. Here are the Gully. He comes in, looks like it's too long. Clash of bodies, and it was actually Theodoridis who ploughed into the back of one of his teammates. Now it looks like we're going a corner the way of Gully when this injury situation. So another injury. So I wouldn't mind betting we're going to see at least 4 or so minutes of injury time in this second half. Munoz, hands over his eyes. Comes in short, falls in the area, still in play. Oh! And Gully is saying the ball went over the line there. Let's have a look. The goal kick might come. Can we judge from this angle? And very hard to see. Theodoridis, I've got to say, for me, looked like it was over, but I was trying to judge whether it was in fact over to the left of the goalpost or actually to the right. And if my eyes saw it on the right hand side, you'd have to say Green Gully's gripes are well founded. 87.5 gone, couple to go in regular time. It was Sanders going forward. He's offside. Won't matter because that one is nowhere near it. Theodoridis just letting it go through there, and I guess as the clock ticks, Northcote City being the visitors will be more and more pleased with the point, particularly when you consider that, well, you wouldn't believe it from watching the last 5 minutes or so, but Gully, I think for mine, have definitely been the better team, as we see Matt Demore making his way on to Green Gully. He's getting some claps. In fact, it's probably more likely, Mr. Van Aken, that it's Jonathan Vulgaris, who copped a yellow but tried his heart out all day. Had a really good chance in the first 5-10 minutes of the game, and was strong all day. Northcote City was getting the claps of the visiting Northcote City fans. Theodoridis. Down long, surely over the shoulder. Referee not blowing it on Andy Vargas there. Edoraro, as he loves to do, wins the foot race, puts it in the middle. Theodoridis just had his arms flapping around. Ooh, was the cry from the crowd. You can see on the replay, probably wasn't that much trouble, but it was just that split second of nervousness from Chris Theodoridis. There'll be a corner now. Vargas has been putting these in a pretty good spot all day. That one's a little bit too far away from goal. Gets another chance with the outside of the boot, floating into Sanders. Theodoridis could have taken it. As we say, the sun not directly in his eyes there, but unorthodox, but very effective. Throw out wide to send Northcote City forward. Galafatidis. His opponent falls over there. Robson. This one's going to go Northcote's way. Green Gully's way, I should say. And it's Green Gully making a substitution. Number 22, Mohammed Chuk, will be the player coming on. And it looks like it might be Brent Fisher making way. We haven't got the referee. We've got the fourth official and the assistant referee know all about it. Their main referee, the man that matters, didn't know much about it. So it's Brent Fisher who takes a seat. We're just into injury time now. Wouldn't mind betting we'll be looking at quite a few minutes. We've had plenty of downtime in this second half. Who'll blink first? Northcote looking more and more likely to score as the game goes on. Gully having so much of it right throughout the match. Hayne now. He's in a race. Theodoridis comes out, wins the race. It was Chiapetta just blocking it beautifully, as you'd expect. We'll just return to regular action now. Vitsardi. Coach of the middle hits the ref. Unlucky. Wins it back in the end. A few murmurs from the Gully to our left. Free kick again going Northcote's way, and there's few Northcote fans here. Have no bones about that. Okai goes long. Jones is there again to clear. He's been good today, Jones, as has his literal opposite number, Adriano Chiapetta. The two big defenders have done their jobs admirably this afternoon. No doubt about it. VPL matches, we tend to see people head to the gates early. Nothing doing in that department. Everyone's sticking around to the end. It's been that kind of a game. Good win there through the middle for Gully. Went long. Hayne called offside. And the assistant referee explaining that despite Northcote getting on that one, he was streaks ahead. Two minutes down in extra time. Or injury time, I should say, not extra time. Konstantinidis goes wide. Munoz. And then Roddy Vargas sends it out. In fact, Trelaw. Wrong team. Getting a bit colourblind as the light fades down. Munoz. Not sure what's happening with Munoz there on the far side. He's just having some attention with someone in the crowd with some form of a cut, you might think. Anyway, meanwhile back at the match, Edoraro comes inside, or looks to come inside, wins a corner. And a little bit of frustration creeping in for Northcote City. 3 minutes already is the call for the man downstairs. He's quite spot on. And the Gully players getting criticised, perhaps rightly, for not getting in the box here. Big chance to get 2-1 up. Not a super confident parry there from Theodoridis. Another chance. Jones showing some good work. Finish them's the call from the Green Gully fans. Top of the D, fired in Theodoridis. That was a good save. It was smacked in at a million miles an hour, but Jones is going again. Rodrigo Vargas will bring it down. Okai is there. Iteraro. Bit of push and shove. Play on. And that is full time here at Green Gully Reserve. Exciting and entertaining to the last. We finish locked at 1 goal apiece. As mentioned right throughout the broadcast, Gully probably enjoying the lion's share of possession throughout the afternoon. And probably, it must be said, the biggest share of attacking opportunities. But to their credit, the visitors, Northcote City, certainly levelled that ledger a little bit towards the end of the game and could easily have pinched a second goal. Jonathan Munoz scored in the 24th minute of the game to put Gully up 1-0. Just on half-time in the 45th, it was James Kalafatidis slotting home from the spot to tie us up at 1 goal apiece. It was entertaining enough stuff in the second half, but neither side could find a way through. It ends it here at Green Gully, 1 goal apiece. From myself, Mark Van Aken, and the entire crew here at VPL Live. We'll see you again next week.